Which one you want to talk about first?
You want to get into Dax?
Let's go to Dax, man. Let's go to Dax. All right.
That was a weird video.
Dax, dear God.
That was a weird video, man.
Somebody brought this to my attention. Somebody sent it to me and was like, "Yo, did you hear this?" Oh,
did they say it like that?
It was all cap.
They were like, "Yo, did you hear
no cap?
this?"
No cap. It
they
was
like
all cap.
literally hulked out on the phone.
No cap. It was all cap. They were like, "Yo, did you hear?" And they were yelling at me like, I felt like what?
But
am I like
I'm confused because that could sound like they're excited because it's so dope, or the travesty and the sinfulness, and I can't believe the audacity of him.
It was more so like, how did you let this slide?
How did you Mario personally?
I was like, what am I?
What are you, the hip hop police?
I'm like, what?
Oh, you did a Christian video. You didn't ask Mario permission.
I was like, what is this?
Papi.
I was like, what is this? He's like, yo, check it out. So I checked. Anyway, we checked it out, and it didn't really. I don't know. It didn't get much on my radar as much. It was only because it was directly sent to me that it caught my attention, and I checked it out. But if I look out there right now, it ain't really like something that people are checking for as much.
I had never heard of it until you told me about it.
Well, have you heard of Dax?
Until I got here.
Have you heard of Dax?
No.
So Dax is a Canadian rapper known for, well, he started, I don't know if he probably had a following before that. I don't want to put disrespect on his name. I don't know much about.
No, I just didn't know about what he does, until I got here today.
Yeah, so where he really became known was when he did that video with what's her name, Cash Me Outside chick.
Oh, whatever. I can always remember her last name because it sounds like a delicious Italian.
Okay, maybe
plate.
Just
I want some brigoli.
No, don't, brother. Just saying. All right. So
sounds like something I would order.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
What?
When I'm giving the signal, it's just. Boom. We just go. We keep it moving. So Dax was known from there. And then I don't know, I guess he's been doing music since then. And then boom, he comes up with this one during this time where it seems like everybody's talking about something related to Christianity. He writes a song in the midst of all this about himself being a believer. Well, he starts off saying, "Don't get it twisted, I'm a believer."
And then goes off the rails.
And then just goes off about some things that are like, it's sort of like Jorna Lucas kind of ish. Yeah. It has the, remember the one that he did, the Devil's Work?
Yeah.
It had that kind of like,
yeah.
Try to make that same impact, like lyrically, symbolically.
Yeah.
Everything was trying to
The video production was crazy too.
The video production was
top notch.
Yeah, it was definitely
not what I would agree with, or nor would I do, or ever conceive. But
a lot of swears in it. Careful. But anyway, it's a secular rapper, not a Christian hip hop rapper, and he's talking about God.
Yeah.
And then he continues on with just common struggles that he's seeing on a day-to-day base, different things that we all can like. You know, it was that move where you're gonna say the things that the majority hate. You just say the things that everyone's like, yeah, I hate that too. Like we're all, with it. Then he gets to this moment of frustration where he shifts. Started with a dream where the devil came in and promised him all these things. If you just worship me, he said no. He stood his ground. And then he turned to God and said, where were you? And now he yells at God.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
so then he just straight up turns and starts yelling at God, and maybe God, you don't believe me. It reminded me a lot of Job, but Job was a believer and never cursed God.
No.
So exactly. It was like a very challenging.
And I didn't like how the video is playing out like almost like a what if Jesus did this? Or what if this is the real Jesus?
Oh, that's a different spin, bro.
Because he was doing exactly everything that Jesus did. He was walking with the cross. He gets up to the cross. They crucify him because he had the holes in his hands and feet. He resurrects. He ascends.
Facts.
He literally
He was trying to represent that he is Christ.
Yeah. But like this is a modern day Jesus Christ. Like this is what he would say. I don't know. At least that's what I got. Like,
no, that's a different spin. I didn't even have that take.
Well, because I
I didn't have
question
that tape.
why say all those grievances,
And you're walking like
but yet you're
Christ with
walking
your
as Christ
cross,
with the cross all the
and you're
way.
floating
Yeah, he
like
had the
transcending
thorns.
or something.
He did everything. The
Yeah,
soldiers.
facts, bro.
He did the exact same
Facts.
thing.
It was supposed to be an attention grabber, but yo, it was straight up like you know
It's a
what?
bit blasphemy, but
There you go. There you go, man. Like some stuff, if you
I'm
don't,
not one to throw that B word around lightly. But
facts, bro.
that right there, I'm sorry. That's walking on the water.
Well, the thing is, like, if you're not knowing what you're dabbling with, bro, even as a believer, sometimes you want to turn and you want to cast your burdens on the Lord, but then you like overstep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Foot
you're like,
in mouth.
you're like, you know what I mean? So you're like, all right, cast my burdens. And that means, you just open up and just cast those worries. But then sometimes while you're casting those,
yeah,
the frustrations just be coming out. And then the Lord has his ways to make, hit the ribs a little bit. Bang. What?
Slow.
Huh? What? You forget who I am, buddy? Like, hold on a second. What?
You got in the emotional bag.
He touched the side. He touched the hip. Oh, oh shit.
Oh, he did the kung fu? Was it the kung fu grip?
Nah, real talk. Real talk. What was his name who was wrestling with the angel? Remember?
Oh,
and then he was like, what? Touch the hip. Bang.
Dang.
Stop. Yo, stop. Pause.
You don't wrestle with an angel.
That's where they get it from. That's where the karate gets it from. They're like, oh, I remember the angel. The one that did the dragon. That's where they get it from.
I bet you that guy, when he got to heaven, is like, you
what?
let another
He straight up did the crane.
You gave the humans a technique.
Better back up, boy. Imagine you knew exactly where that was, dude. I'll be just doing that. Just walking by people in the mall. See if it works. What?
Messed up.
They fall over. Whoops.
Like in other news, random 10 people fall and collapse as a bald man runs through them.
He's got the gift of paralyzing. What kind of gift is that? This guy touches people and they just drop to the floor.
It appears to be a Mexican Benny Hinn type man. He looks like he's praying for people randomly coming out of stores.
Oh man!
And they're just falling to the ground.
Man. When I hip, you hip, we hip. Oh, thanks. Cool, yeah. Dax. So I guess the more
so that we ended up Dax from that. Wow, I'm proud of us.
So Dax, relax.
For real.
Dax, all folks.
For real.
Nah,
Dax not nice.
Dax. Okay, like I can understand the frustration part of it. I get that part. But when you start challenging, you don't know no better. That's when some kind of advisor should come alongside and be like, yo, brother, maybe this is not a good idea.
I just feel like, what I would think would be dope is if a rapper is going to talk about a faith like this, I would feel better about it if he at least took steps to be informed before he does that. You know what I mean?
Maybe he did, bro. Maybe he was just like
sit down and like even videotape the interaction between a pastor and have those questions be answered by an experienced
but they don't want
and well
maybe they don't want the answers.
Theologian. And then after you get those answers, then you can go to God to your grievances and say what you got to say. I don't know. I feel like a lot of these things, some of them are just so basic. Like if you just open the Bible and read a few pages, your answers would be
you think
done.
You think that, but I remember a time where I used to open up my Bible and I used to be like, what? I used to open it up and be like, what? Matter of fact, I remember a time I did what Dax did. And that's why I say it was sort of like a Joyner Lucas thing. Like, because I remember a time I did that too. I don't know if we all have, but I know.
You brought a bottle in the church, drank, and then cussed the guy and left the bottle in the middle of the aisle?
Practically. Just not during church hours.
Oh my gosh.
In the parking lot. You just stumble upon a church. Like, what?
You stumble upon it.
What is this?
Dang.
No, but I get the frustration, man. Just
I hear you.
Wisdom, man. Wisdom. If you don't know who you're talking to.
But I would feel like that would be even if it was like, let's say it's fake. It's all fake. and they just doing it for ratings or whatever, even that would still be super dope and different. That they actually went and filmed the conversation between someone, and they just boom, just blurt out their grievances, just bam, and let the person who's experiencing that faith, whatever it is, to tell them this is what's good.
It's funny because the dude talks about all these religions and all these people saying these things, right? And I don't want to read from a book. He said, I don't want to read from a book. I don't want to learn from anybody. So basically, he like checkmated the whole world. Like, nobody could teach me. Oh, you guys shut up. I don't want to hear from anybody but God. I got to hear from God himself. Like, no book, nobody. And it's weird because he chose Christianity.
Yeah.
He chose Christ. It's like, out of all the religions, all the things you could pick, he chose Christ.
The thing is that how did you know about Christ? Because
Yeah.
if you don't believe
From
in
the
Christ,
preachers preaching about the book,
you don't believe in Christianity.
You know?
You just say there's God. There's no Jesus. There's no spirit. No, all the things that were made up afterwards. You know, you question it all. But you spoke about Jesus Christ. You did the walk like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
and
you
the
know
only
the story.
description of that
You
is
know-
in the Bible. So you no book though, no book. That makes no sense.
I don't know. Maybe he's looking for the Christian. I don't know. Maybe this is a strategy they're all doing right now.
It's just weird, man. There's a whole trend. Demi Lovato gets baptized now.
Yo, maybe
Like,
that's just the
everybody's coming-
wave.
Hugh
Yo,
Jackman,
dude, imagine
you
that's
said?
just the wave
Said
right
he's
now.
Christian too. Hugh Jackman. Like, dude, it's a wave, man. Everybody's just like, I'm Christian.
Everybody Christian. Everybody get up.
Everybody get up.
Dude, everybody just Christian over here, man.
Dude played Batman. He's like, I'm Christian. He's like,
His real
knows
name
you're
is Christian.
His name is Christian Bale, man. We already know.
Do you see everybody who's like actually I'm Christian. I'm Christian. I'm Christian. And he goes,
Like, we all know this.
I'm Christian. I'm offended. I was Christian, but the day I was born, when I was from the womb, I was Christian. Even before the womb, I was Christian.
Like, why do you think I played Batman? Because
They
I'm
knew-
showing you what it
They
is to
knew
be
they
in
were going to name
darkness.
me that. They
and
knew they
then
were going
to
to name
be
me
a
that.
Christian.
Goodness.
Christian 24/7.
Yo, pray for Dax. All right, cool.
For real.
Takashi 69.